Our stellar ABC News team is here in Phoenix with us today to help break down everything you need to know when it comes to midterm elections here. And kicking off our coverage today with Election Day just over 2 weeks away, consequential midterm races across the country, all heading towards that finish line.
Yeah, it's so good to have him here with us. He's going to tell us about the high-stakes races here in this state and what it means for the rest of the country. Certainly a good friend to GMA3. Made his way out here to be with us, our ABC Political Director, Rick Klein. Look, 50-50 Senate. It could come down to what happens here.
Yeah, 100%. Look, every race becomes critical in a 50-50 Senate. Everyone could be make or break. Arizona, even more than the others, really matters. And here's why. If you look at the whole landscape out there, there's really about 10 states that make a difference. They're their battleground zone. Any one of them can flip control of the Senate. Right now, our partners over at 538, they look at all the numbers and they say Democrats actually have a pretty good chance. They've got about a 6 in 10 chance of holding the Senate. But look what happens if Arizona goes to the Republicans. If Mark Kelly loses that race to Blake Masters, and that's really just what it was historically. This has been a Republican-held state for a long time. They had 2 Republican senators just 4 or 5 years ago. Republicans jumped to an 8 in 10 chance of taking the Senate if they just flip that one race. On the other hand, if Democrats are able to keep the state of Arizona, if Mark Kelly's able to hold off this challenge despite Biden's unpopularity, despite inflation and all of that, Democrats' chance, they rocket all the way up to about 7 in 10. So this one state, forget the rest of the country, just this one state has that much of an impact. And I'll tell you, the people here have seen enough ads to prove it.
I bet they have. Now, Rick, we've been talking over the last several months about the influence President Trump still has on these midterm elections. There are a lot of Trump, or at least election result deniers here in this state, across the country too, but specifically in the state of Arizona. Break down that impact on the races.
It's instructive to remember what happened last time, right? Arizona was an upset. No one really thought that Joe Biden would win it, but he did win it. Trump didn't think so. He tried to get the election overturned, but it was election officials, Democrats and Republicans both, who held the line and said, no, we're not going to go along with the plan to overturn the election. But if you look now around the country, you've got people in all the major battleground states and in almost every state in the country who deny the legitimacy of the last election. Almost only a few states don't have candidates like that on the ballot. And that means that there could be people in charge of the next election who say that the last election wasn't legitimately decided. And that's true right here in Arizona. You've got Republican candidates up and down the ticket who say that Joe Biden was not legitimately elected. That includes the candidate for governor, Kari Lake, who I know we're going to talk to in a little bit. It's also the candidate for Secretary of State, Mark Finchem. He was actually at the January 6th rally at the Capitol as a state lawmaker. And Abe Hamadeh, who's running for Attorney General, also says that the election was not legitimately decided. So imagine if we have another close election, people are making those kind of claims. You've got different people in power, potentially.
Yeah, all eyes on the state of Arizona. ABC News Political Director Rick Klein, thank you so much for all of those insights. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.